He has done it again. Jacobs, the great creator, mod creator that created the pescatarian mode, has expanded his collection. If you missed my previous episode where I covered some of those mods in this collection, don't hesitate to check the video that will appear now at the top or will be also in the video description below. This new mod introduced several new population tiers, new productions and many other elements. So we're going to cover what was added by this mod, and we'll also cover another mod that is quite useful for it. I'm Strat Gamer, covering strategy, city building, simulations, with game reviews, guides, tutorials, and let's plays. Don't hesitate to press the red button below to subscribe if you haven't done so already, so you never miss another video and you help support the channel. The first sun mod that he has added into this collection you can find into City. This is this new one here, Diagonal Residence. As you can see here, we are able now to create residents that don't follow the normal grid, but are actually in diagonal shape. You can see this one here. Pressing Shift V and go through different variations of it, and of course you can also still rotate them, and that enables you to create things like this here. You can also see here a very small house, but it is actually a real house. It has less people, but it is real. And this is this one, the narrow residence. It did really well inside a block like this, but of course you can also just put ranges of it if you wish. Just have to click multiple times. You can of course also rotate it. If V won't do anything, there's only one visual of it. Now, as I said, all of these are real residences. They will provide population, money, and all of this, which means they do need a road. And that's why, for example, you can see that this one has the no road sign. Now you may be wondering, how did I put this road here or this tree like this? Or even if you check here, you have some elements. This is part actually of another mod created by G1000, another amazing modder, which you will find in the Culture tab. If you go a bit further in the Culture tab here, you will have diagonal roads and paving edges. You can see a number of them, and each of them will have basically a diagonal line, right? So half of it with something and half of it with something else. So this is the color of your normal road, this is the color of pavements, for example, or you can have pavement with trees. That enable me, for example, to do all of this here. But again, this is an ornament, this is not a road, and that's why this one is actually not connected. So then we'll need to do something like this, for example, like this, and then you could put diagonal here and further here, and maybe here you plant some trees. Jacob had already created in the past a windmill. You may have seen it, I covered it in the past. It provides electricity for free in a sense because you don't need any raw materials, it uses the wind, but you can see the very small range that ends here. If I move it over here, they are not in range anymore. But this windmill is not the only thing that has been added into this collection. We still have the normal electricity, but already in the gas chain, I'm hoping you see some differences. We don't only have the gas mine from the Arctic, we now have a new ways to make gas, and we also have these small gas power plants. Let's dive into that. So first of all, a new way to make gas. This is not the first time this was done. There was another mod that you can find on my channel, which is around gas packing, that you're able to make gas outside of the Arctic. But now there is another way with this building, the waste depot, which you can find here. This waste depot has a small range, and all of the cattle farms and pig farms in that range will then deliver some of their waste here. If we click on this pig farm here, we can actually see it. The farm waste 1 out of 6. So it's not that fast, 1 out of 6, but obviously also if you improve the pig farm, for example with silo or with items, then that will also increase that production. Then this waste is transported into the second building, the biomass plant, which does require 300 workers and has a negative attractiveness, so do be careful about this. And this will take all of this waste and transform it into gas. This gas can then be used into your normal gas-fired power plant, or it can be used into this new building, which is a small gas power plant with a reduced coverage but half the consumption. It does still require a lot of engineers, 125 instead of the 250. So once again, half. You can put it here and you can see the range, not small, but it's not crazy either. You can see, right, it's only going over there. It is also smaller in terms of size, which can be quite useful. So first of all, a nice asset. Thanks for creating it. And it's basically similar to this asset, but a bit smaller. And also some game mechanics. But wait, that's not all. You click on this smaller one here, you see many new ones. We've already talked about Nate's Windmill, so this one you've seen. We've talked about this waste depot and the bioplants linked to the small gas power plant. There's two more. One is the small oil power plant, similar to the normal oil power plant, but now it's a small one. You can see small assets, similar size. But that's not all, we also have a small coal power plant. And I really like how this model always goes further than what's obvious. This small coal power plant is going to take some coal and is going to make electricity out of it. You can see the electricity with the green orange on the road. So these ones are getting electricity, but all of these at the top here, which are not in range, are not getting it. But it's not all. You also see this range here. And what is that? And we can see in the description, it says provide extra coal output to close coal mine. And that's basically what's happening. All of the coal mines that will be in this range will become blue like this. And when you click on it, you can see this item around productivity plus 50%. So that's really cool. Basically, it means that you will get electricity for less coal than what's required, because obviously, part of it is for free in a sense. So I really love how it's bringing new ways to make electricity, but also ways to make electricity more affordable, because you have smaller, less consumption, but of course it's not OP because it has less range. So Jacobs, please continue to send mods our way and to expand your collection. I can't wait to see what's next. If you like this episode, don't hesitate to press the like button, to share in the comments below any thoughts or questions that you may have, and I hope to see you next time.